Hello everyone, I'm Dean EFC and this is Blue Lines TV. And I'm bringing the match review of our 1-0 loss to Man City away. And of course, apologies you guys, the computer just, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. The thing just froze, stopped working, no audio was coming. It just died. Sums up how this fucking day's been so far, to be honest. But as I've been saying, with Antonio Conte, I'm sorry. Time's up. This guy isn't the right guy to take us forward. He's not good enough. He's not bringing out the best in any of the players as well. And if I'm sorry, if people honestly think that if Conte had all the right players, we'd be playing a better style of football, better brand of football, you're completely wrong because it's a negative manager. I'm sorry, negative off the ball nonsense. Now, of course, recently I've been trying to see the benefit, given the benefit of the doubt. I'm open to again with. I don't really have any bias against Conte, even though I'm not happy with him. If Conte changed his ideals in his management style tomorrow, I'd be fine with it. If Conte tomorrow says we're going to be an attacking team and we start to play towards our players' strengths, I'll be happy. But the thing is, Conte will never do that because he had a history of always being negative and too pussy. I'm saying it. I'm sorry. Way too pussy. Way too negative. I'm just happy that I didn't waste my time going to this game today. Honestly, you see most games, it's not enjoyable. No, I can't even say no fight. We just didn't give the team any chance to create anything at all in this game whatsoever. We were literally parked in our half throughout the entire game. Minimal counter-attacking threat. I didn't understand this thing on using Eden Hazard as a false nine. I really wasn't expecting him to do that for this game today. I thought with Morata and Giroud fully fit, with those guys being the outlets to obviously receive those fucking shit long balls straight to them, that they would have done something. You have the likes of your Eden and other guys playing close to these guys as well. I thought that would be our chances that we'd be making in this game today. And of course, with Conte, that wasn't going to be the case. You know what? Something's telling me that when Conte found out that Kante wasn't going to make this game today because of his illness. I think this is why Conte didn't use a striker in this game today because he's thinking, oh shit, but no Kante in this team. I need to make sure that we're even better defensively. And I think this is why maybe Hazard playing as a false nine in this game maybe came out unexpectedly. I'm I'm baffled to see why. I mean, honestly, you guys, it's too much now. I'm sorry. This style of football, this nonsense we're seeing all the time, it doesn't make anything positive. No positive changes whatsoever. For God's sake, I mean, even when he brought in Giroud and Morata, bringing on Giroud in the 78th minute, Morata in the 88th minute, he's not even doing anything positive to help us get back into the game. The fights, we lost the fight before the game even started, and it starts with the manager. And I've always found it so funny, your guys like your Contes, Mourinho's, whatever, they come across as like, so fiery and passionate and in your face, but then the style of football they like their teams to play, it's just a complete contrast to the characters of the managers. You know what I mean? You think with Conte, with his grinta and his passion, whatever, that would be translated in the team, but no, it's all about this pussy. Keep our position at all costs. Make sure teams can't come through us at the expense of anything we do on the attack. And it's going to come down. I mean, the future's not looking too good. Even though I have been saying in this game that our top four chances aren't necessarily going to rest in this game, I kind of feel that anytime there's been any type of must-win game under Antonio Conte, we just never get that win. And I think it's this stupid negative approach to these games all the time that doesn't help any of the players. I mean, to think we've got the best player in the league in Eden Hazard. They're the only team that would sacrifice the best player in the league. Sacrificing completely from doing anything, from getting any service, from being able to affect the game, just so we can keep that defensive balance at the back. And I just honestly can't understand how anyone, even if you're a fan of Conte, which you're entitled to be, I'm not going to insulting you. You've got your own opinions. I just can't see how any objective person would be happy with this type of approach to games and how we obviously play in these types of matches. I just can't see how anyone could accept this type of nonsense. And I'm now the chances against Barcelona were definitely out. We're out of that game. Now I'm really worried for the top four now. I've always felt that we need to get those wins against Liverpool and Tottenham to be able to have a chance. No way in hell that's going to happen now. You know, Conte is going to obviously just prefer to keep things defensively compact at the end. And again, you guys, with this match, there isn't really anything positive to talk about. I can't talk about any players performing well because they didn't even have the opportunity to play well because they were forced with defending deep and keeping their positions. And you guys, like I keep saying, they are good defensively off the ball. I mean, Man City, even though they dominated the game, like another game where we gave them free possession to do that because we weren't really trying to affect anything against them, they weren't really creating many opportunities. Even though Silva got man of the match somehow, I don't understand why. De Bruyne and Silva couldn't do much because we stifled that space between our defence and their midfield. And that's the spaces where De Bruyne and Silva like to operate in. You know, they were deep, they couldn't really affect the game as much, but so what? You know, we stopped those two from doing anything. What was our plan when it came to affecting Man City today? None whatsoever. And again, I made this point earlier. I kind of feel that when Conte saw that Kante wouldn't be playing today, I think he just pussied out and thought, fuck it, I'm going to play a false nine because at least with these guys, they're going to do the defensive legwork. I don't care if the best player in the league isn't going to be able to do anything in the game. I don't care that he won't be getting any good service. I don't care that he won't have the chance to affect anything positively for us. You know why? Because all I care about is keeping my shape, being defensive and making it hard for the opposition. And when you're a big club, a club that regularly gets in the Champions League, that has won titles, has won trophies, we've had amazing moments throughout our history, you don't play these types of games with that type of approach. Anyone defending this, you need to have a good look at yourself. I'm telling you, if you think this is acceptable, whatever bullshit reasons you're giving yourself, like, oh, the board didn't support Conte, which is complete nonsense. Get that out of your head about the fucking board not supporting Conte. He got supported. The guy is just negative. He doesn't help improve any of the players we have. He's not going to help this club going forward. And honestly, when it comes to the summer this year, it's going to be one of the most important periods in our recent history because this is really going to affect what type of club we're going to be in the next 10 years. That's how serious it is. There's no way we can continue down the same approach that we're doing when it comes to, you know, being a big club. 15 years Roman's been in charge. This will probably be the 5th year where nothing's won. A third of the time we haven't competed, haven't won a trophy. That's not good enough for a top team. Every year you should be competing at least. Every 3 years is one season we're not doing anything. You can't grow and you can't become a bigger team or a bigger club with mentalities like that. And it starts with the managerial decisions. Guys like your Contes, they'll get you that short-term success, but in terms of building anything long-term, unless you support them with half a billion like it seems these guys want, because again, they don't care about the club's finances or player development or anything. They just care about winning for themselves. That's the thing. Now, all you lot of you guys who love Conte blindly without even thinking, why do you like him? The club did fucking everything this year to keep this guy here. And then even, there's no, all this reports of the club putting pressure on him to sack him is nonsense because we're not that same club no more. We don't want to do business like that. We don't want to waste tens of millions paying off managers for no reason. You guys should know that by now. Just look at our transfer activity recently. That sums up the new approach. This summer wasted so much time getting Conte to stay because the guy was threatening to leave throughout the entire dream period right at the start. The guy that so many people love blindly, won't question anything about the guy. He hasn't even fucking committed to this club. Why are people in love with someone that hasn't committed anything just yet? Moans, complains, and when it comes to affecting things with his tactical decisions, helping us do something in games, doesn't do it whatsoever, and instead uses the boards and players as a scapegoat for his failure. Why do you allow that type of nonsense all the time? It's time to start being objective. What's more important, the club or a manager that has no commitments or love for us? Was he an ex-player that's been playing for us beforehand? No. It's just a random managerial appointment. And this is why, for me, when it comes to any managers in general, I just don't really care about them. I just care about my club. I care about the club more than the players we have, the managers, whatever. Because when they go, the club's still going to be here. That should be the main important thing. And if that's your main focus in terms of the club, then you're going to want better. You're going to want improvements. You're going to want change. And that's what we need. Conte's not bringing that. Did nothing at all to help our chances today. Made it easy for Man City throughout this entire game. And just negative week. I mean, this fucking 5-4-1 at the back with Hazard isolated. And what I don't understand, the genius of thinking, so Pedro, you'd feel more comfortable having Pedro playing up front over than having an actual striker that could actually allow Hazard to play in his best position and hopefully try to create things on the counter. Pedro is a disgrace. This guy better be leaving for next season. Every single time he had to play any pass, he constantly lost it. But he scores a long shot banger against Bournemouth every now and again. Please, this is what I mean. Our ambitions for this club need to be bigger. We're not Arsenal, all right? We're not going to go down that route. And it starts with what the expectations of the fans are. You know what I mean? No way in hell we're going to be a big club under Conte. If Conte had signed Sancho or Lukaku, would we be 1 point behind Man City right now? No. As I say every time, which I waste my time fucking reading tactical books, watching opposition play, watching us play, hours and hours and hours, and then that just gets dismissed by a lot of idiots because they don't know nothing about football. The way we play is the bottleneck. Why is it that all of a sudden teams feel more comfortable pressing us high and stopping us from playing out from the back? It's because we're too rigid structurally. It's too easy to close us down. What would Man City doing today? Every time, 3 guys up on our 3 centre-backs, struggling to play out. They wanted to leave Hazard isolated, but because the only fucking service he'd get would be long balls direct to him, because we don't know how to play out from the back because it's not worked on in the training ground. The only thing that's worked on for Friesli in the training ground is this shadow play off the ball defensive structure. That's the most. This is why when Conte is always saying, "Oh, he needs to learn how we play, learn how we play, learn how we play." All he's talking about is he needs to learn how to play in this off the ball defensive structure. But this is what I mean. How's that improving you as a player? It's not. How's that taking you to another level? Playing football is the only thing that can improve you as a player, improve your chances as a team. And I'm sorry, it's not going to happen under Antonio Conte. Pathetic performance. And that's just pathetic from the manager. Didn't add anything to the game. Nothing brave tactically. And every time he makes his fucking late game subs, it's just, you can smell the desperation. It's just desperation. He doesn't have the clue on how to change the game or affect anything. It's not good enough. And honestly, I'm sounding really Yoda and harsh today. Listen, end of the day, I'm a fan too. I've got my opinions. And I'm a human too. It's hard to always be objective every single time when it comes to stuff like this. I'm just getting fed up. I'm not happy with this. And honestly, you guys, this season's, it's really, things are looking scary now. Because I'm just thinking, with this abject performance, I was expecting to see us pressing high, trying to bring the game to City a bit. But with this abject performance, our chances against Spurs and Liverpool now, Barcelona, fuck you. I mean, the season's basically over, you guys, honestly. Oh my god! And I got to waste my time doing a player rating video after this too. Oh my god! I'm gonna need a few of these to help me today. Fucking hell! But honestly, you guys, there's really not much to add to this match review. I mean, maybe Christensen with another small mistake. I'm not gonna be too harsh on the guy. 21 is natural. Every defender that age was making some type of mistake. But again, these mistakes wouldn't look so big if we learn how to take the game to teams like City instead of just being pussy, sitting back playing this pussy football. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Conte's going to say afterwards. You know it's going to be this fucking cliche, boring nonsense that he's always saying. But I mean, this guy, for me, 100% he's got to go next season. I kind of feel he wants to go anyway because, as I said, he hasn't committed at all. Honestly. You guys, I'm just going to end this match with you. This is so... It's just pathetic. This useless, awful performance. No fight, no chances created. Oh my god, this manager, he's just not good enough. I'm sorry. You guys, I'm going to end the stream. I'm Nini FC, Blue Lines TV. See you guys later.